We used to record a podcast, as some of our viewers may know, and 2 of these episodes were full of hate-filled rants. This is the 3rd and final part of our hate-filled trilogy.
You fucking cunt.
So welcome guys to this week's episode of your weekly dose of Dosa. We're obviously going away from the usual thing. We're not covering any media, we're not covering any games, films, music, whatever else. This week we're just going to be talking about things we hate. If we remember rightly, we'll try not to be mentioning things that we did actually mention in the podcasts that we spoke about a second ago. We will release the links to those podcasts so you can listen to them both and hear the things we hate. Now you can see us and hear us talking about the things we hate. Firstly, the one thing that I do want to mention is I hate the audio on anything like this because it's always really low. We are getting a microphone, a quite decent microphone actually. It will take some messing around to get it right, but we are getting one, so it should ramp up our audio so you can actually hear us better.
Yeah, on previous ones sometimes.
To me. Anyway, I think Mike's lost his marbles while thinking of the hatred that he's going to spew out.
I'm lost in a mire of hate.
I think because you're obviously more hateful than I am, I think you should start with what you hate first.
Ronnie Pickering.
Oh, what a bell end.
No, I'm joking, I don't hate him. I think one thing I hate more than anything is like people that like just fish stupidly for likes on Facebook, and I don't mind people fishing for likes with stupid selfies or pictures of themselves because, well, people have been twats.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
if it's to boost your ego, fine. Fair enough.
Everyone needs to polish your ego slightly. But one thing I do hate is people either jumping on the bandwagon of a cause and using that for likes, or just stating incredibly obvious things and saying like if you dislike this thing or whatever, or share if you don't like.
Yeah,
you know, or
fucking really annoys me when people do that.
That moment when you wake up in the morning.
Like if you dislike.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a fucking hell, get it together.
That moment when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like this. That moment when you walk to the shops. Like really boring, mundane things that people should not be liking. You know, if someone sat there actually thinking of something creative to write as a status and they wanted it to be liked, fair enough. But when people just state mundane, obvious things, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, I have to agree.
But I think one thing I hate more than that, more than anything on social media, is again when people use a cause. Like, I think I actually saw that you'd commented on it actually.
Probably
it was a picture
of
a bruised child.
Yeah, I would have commented. Yeah.
That all I said was, like this person if you don't like child abuse.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not a lover of child abuse for
well, obviously we don't like child abuse, obviously.
No, but
the thing is, the child in the actual picture wasn't even abused by parents or any other adult. She was actually in a little scuffle with a little shit from the same school as her. That was basically it. And
you know, and
fair enough, I guess that is some form of child abuse, but it's not like,
it's not what you would define as child abuse, is it? And that's what annoys me, the fact that someone would post this just to get thousands of likes. Even if they were raising some sort of awareness for the cause, if they put some facts on the bottom about like the figures of child abuse, even that, or if they put a link to, I don't know, a charity or a foundation that helps abuse children, then again, fair enough, they're sharing a cause and trying to do something to contribute to to that sort of thing. So one thing we said for this post, we're going to post a link to...
We'll post a link to an SPCC or something like that where you can basically click on and donate towards stuff like that, because
that's how it does.
We don't give a shit about getting views just because we don't like something.
No, you know, I mean,
so,
you know,
this is why we're doing this episode.
Even if one person donates,
just so we can get our rants out to other people.
Even if one person donates, we've done more from this hate-filled rant about fuckers like that than people that just share stupid, semi-viral pictures.
Another thing that annoys me about them posts as well is when it says, like if you are against this, ignore and scroll past if you're not. And it's like, no, fuck off. I'm not gonna. I will be ignoring it. I will be scrolling past. Not because that I'm not against it, because obviously I am against it. But it's just one of those where I think, fuck off. You're just fishing for likes. And that's literally it. So I am gonna fucking ignore it.
I really do
or
not
I'm gonna
get
comment and say you can fuck off because I'm not liking your post because you're just being a dick.
I really don't get the complete and utter need that people have to get likes. Who gives a fuck, really?
It's really
if someone likes a mundane comment that you've put on a post, what does it matter if someone's clicked like? You know, I quite like people viewing this video, but we take a couple of hours out of our daily shit lives to make this video and put some effort in. So I kind of feel like I want people to come and at least watch this.
Yeah.
But if I've sat there and wrote, you know, I love Justin Bieber and get a million likes, you know, and if we hashtag Bieber in this video, we probably get hundreds of views.
One of my comments on a completely unrelated thing once got 300 likes. I actually deleted the comment because I was sick of notifications coming through. I can't understand why people want a load of likes just so they can get fucking notifications.
You can turn it off, I think.
But yeah, you can turn it off, but it just kept coming through and I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just deleting it.
Yeah, no, you know,
can't be arsed with this shit.
I really just don't get it. I don't get why people need to feel, you know, be sort of reinforced. I get that some people want to feel good about themselves, but you know, someone liking a mundane comment is not a compliment.
It's like back in the day in MySpace days when people were MySpace famous and that, and it's like throughout England, I wasn't like the biggest MySpace whore or anything, but I did have a few profiles. Well, I did end up having 2 or 3 profiles eventually. One for a more personal account, one of them because I got hacked and I couldn't get back in, and one of them which I did actually start off getting MySpace famous, and I got fucking annoyed with it because people this is when I was an emo. I had long hair, I was real skinny, and people just started adding me left, right and centre, and I was like, fuck this. It's like going to another town. I went to York once with this lad, and this lass just came up to us and was like, oh, you're blah blah and you're blah blah from MySpace, aren't you? And I was just like, who the fuck are you? This is what annoyed me. I didn't actually, fair enough, I liked that people knew who I was, but then at the same time I hated people knowing who I was. I didn't want random people knowing me. Like when I went out clubbing in Hull, this one girl came up to me, kissed me, and was just like, oh yeah, you're blah blah, and then walked away.
Must be horrible.
That was it, and I was just like, where the fuck did that come from? What? I never saw her again in my whole life. Never saw her again.
I do.
As much as it's nice to be noticed, it's just it's annoying for people knowing who you are. I'd rather be an unknown, to be honest. I'd rather be known for stuff like what I'm doing now, like just videos with Mike or podcasts that we used to do, stuff like that. Not famous, but just for people to think, oh yeah, I can relate to those guys. They talk about stuff what I can understand and agree with them on, or disagree with them on. I can have a nice friendly chat and debate with them.
Don't like people that are Facebook famous.
No, I don't. But it's like MySpace.
Like that Ronnie Pickering video that was released. It's just an angry man comments and want a cunt, and
He's
now,
he's gonna bare knuckle fucking.
And he's now, all over the internet typing, I don't know, on Google. That's a fair suggestion.
And he's a local guy.
He is.
To us, he lives just in the town over. But I don't understand why people are praising this guy. Just giving him the time of day. Fair enough, at least at the minute we're on about because he's a dick. But so many people are just praising him like, oh, go on lad and blah blah, and it's like, why? He's a complete bell end. It's like, fair enough, he's apologised for what he's done now, but it's a bit too late. He shouldn't have kicked off in the first place.
He shouldn't.
But I don't know. I am actually getting angry now.
What do you hear?
Completely unrelated, totally different thing, which I mentioned to Mike earlier on. Even my favourite band does it. When singers or bands or whatever, whoever writes the songs, write in lyrics of that type, and it's like, not just where they do it on a whim, where it's like just a random thing of they get into the music and just do it like when they're live or whatever. But when they actually write it in, when they're singing and they have to actually put it in there, like, I think just to fill space.
I think for me, Corey Taylor is one of the more prolific offenders for this. Yeah. It started off doing it mainly for Stone Sour, sort of on All Hope Is Gone, and also on the more recent album. What's it fucking called now? Grey Chapter.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
I thought it was on about the...
No, All Hope Is Gone, the Grey Chapter. On them two albums, he kind of done it a bit more, but it was quite prolific at doing it on Stone Sour albums, and that was... I find it irritating when he does it. I think it's just, he sounds irritating, and he's a good vocalist.
He's got a good voice. He does when he sings, but
when he's singing,
it's just annoying.
A song like Dead Memories, and there's a lot of in the background.
Well, it's like my favourite band, Coheed and Cambria. Couldn't fault them for anything really, other than the Year of the Black Rainbow album, which was shockingly bad for them. A few good songs, but just a bad album in it as a whole. But the only other thing I can fault them on is that that Claudio just writes into the songs. It's off-putting. It's just one of those where it's like, how does that fit into the fucking song whatsoever? Why don't you just leave it blank so we can hear the fucking instruments and then sing along? I can understand to an extent with putting it in there for it to sound more fluid, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, sometimes it's just put in there for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not saying it should never ever be done, but I think it's again annoying when it's used just as filler or as an integral part of the song. I'm not really a big fan of like gang vocals either, believe it or not.
Gang vocals?
Yeah.
As in like the full band or something?
Yeah, like when the whole band, like it's, I don't know, someone singing and then everyone else just together shouts almost like...
Like with, I don't know why this one came away, like Trivium with their anthem.
Yeah. That's
like,
exactly...
We are fired!
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fucking hell. And they're horrible lyrics as well.
And that to be fair, that was Trivium's worst album by...
Definitely
by a country
man.
man.
I actually only liked the... is it Ascendancy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I liked by them. Other than that, I didn't really like any of them. It's like they've just released a new album, or are releasing a new album.
Yeah, they're about to release it.
I've heard a couple of songs from it on YouTube, and the shit.
I don't mind.
I just can't fucking stand them. I just don't like it.
But no, that is a good example of like gang vocals. It's not really. I'm not sure why I dislike them so much. I just quite often think it sometimes seems tacky, sometimes seems that they're only put in there for audience interaction, basically. You want the audience to shout it back to you. And I don't mind it all the time. I don't mind it when it's effective.
Like that for a live audience, fair enough. But doing it in the album and stuff, it's just just fucking sing it yourself. You don't need everyone else to join in. They're already playing instruments, they're joining in. The band's not just the lead singer, it's everyone else as well. But that doesn't mean that everyone else has to fucking shout something randomly or sing something randomly.
But no, I find that more annoying.
Yeah, well, Davey Havoc of AFI, he's one of the biggest ones for us, but he just does a quick, oh! That's actually how it sounds as well. But I don't know why he even puts them in there. I think it's just like, other than what used to be his trademark emo fringe, his basic trademark sound is an random just put into a song. It's not even just anywhere to put in with the actual lyrics. It's normally like in the beginning of the song or something where it just plays a little bit of the guitar and then he just says and then it gets going. That's it. It's like, what the fuck's the point? I just don't understand. What else do we hate?
PC Master Race, I hate that.
PC Master Race. We have Ghosts. I honestly didn't even touch that, didn't move or anything.
Before I start to rant about this, I just want to make one point that I've got nothing against PC gamers. Nothing against PC gaming as well. I'm a really big fan of PC gaming.
Basically, it's not the actual thing of PC Master Race, but it's when people say PC Master Race.
So often it's irrelevant to the topic of what's been discussed for a start. Quite often people just say it in a discussion about a discussion about a game for a start. So they're talking, I don't know, I was going to say Arkham Knight, but that's a horrible example because the PC version of Arkham Knight was completely shit. But
I still don't think it's actually released.
It isn't released. Well, they pulled it, didn't they? And yeah, they haven't re-released it yet.
Yeah, they've got a patch for it for the people that have already got it.
Yeah. And
it's working for them, but I don't think they've actually re-released it yet.
But so often you see people talking about games in any capacity. Usually obviously on social media.
Like Grand Theft Auto 5. That took a while to come out on PC though as well. But
and someone just randomly says PC Master Race, and it's like, well, I've got nothing against people that game on a PC, and no. I just don't like elitism and people that think that their way of gaming, is better than someone else's. You can game however the fuck you want. If you want to, sit there playing your PS2,
Yeah.
Somebody put a picture.
Perfectly fine. If you play what you want to play, that doesn't mean other people have to fucking play that. It's just your preferred choice. That's all it is. It doesn't mean it's better than anything else. Fair enough, granted, PC can have better graphics and stuff like that.
Oh, they can obviously, get well above 1080p, and can have full 4K gaming. And I fully understand the advantages of PC gaming, but I don't think people should be that elitist about it,
Yeah,
I believe there's a lot more than there's quite often a lot more than the system. A game can be fun regardless of the system that it's on. One of my friends on Facebook, posted a picture of them playing Tony Hawk's 4 on the PS2, and it's like, well, that'd be more fun than playing Crysis 3 at 4K. Woo!
Well, it's like, this is where you can tell that me and Mike don't have any elitism in what we play. We do just play our preferred choices of consoles. Mike's got Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
I had a PS3.
He had a PS3.
And a PS2.
He did want a PS4, but he could have got the Xbox One first, so he did. It's not anything of, I've got to have this one instead of that one. It was more convenient.
It was convenient, the price as well.
Whereas I've got PS3, PS4. I've got all the PlayStations actually. But that's not because of. I'm not saying that's better than any others. I think that's just because of it's what I prefer. I've always preferred to play the PlayStation. I've preferred the controllers for it. They feel more natural to me.
Yeah. But I think you can
just different reasons. I'm not saying that that's better than what Mike plays, for example.
Well, you can see the virtues in either. Like as you said, Xbox have better games on their games and goal system. Their 3 monthly games. Yeah.
PS Plus started off brilliantly and now it's gone to shit. Xbox Games of Gold started off shit and has now become brilliant.
And even though the Xbox may well lag behind in some of its hardware, I think has some advantages. The Xbox Cloud, when you look what it's going to be doing for Crackdown 2, is it? Or 3 now?
I honestly don't know.
The new Crackdown game with a fully destructible city looks amazing.
I don't even actually know anything about that.
So there is some really, and there is some quite good Xbox exclusives coming out. But again, I'd have got nothing against people that say play the PS4 or still play on the last gen. It's just people that think because they're playing, again, Crysis 3 at 4K, they're better than other people. It's more the elitism that I don't like, and that gets me angry. It's not the fact that people prefer PC gaming, because PC gaming is amazing. And if I had an infinite amount of money, I would have an amazing rig and would play PC gaming probably more than play console gaming.
I probably would, yeah. If I had the money and that to get one, I'd have a top of the range PC to play all the new games and that. Because it is like the games are even cheaper usually on PC.
Oh, when you've got Steam, they're even cheaper than
consoles. But it's just obviously don't have the money for PC, PS4 and that. I'm happy with. I'm not going to change. I might as well stick to what I'm happy with.
Yeah.
But any elitism in anything like that annoys me. Like as we've spoken about before, metal elitists who decide music isn't metal because it doesn't sound like Slayer or Anthrax or whatever else.
That was the one thing that when I started to branch away from just listening to metal, that was one of the reasons I did it really. It was because I felt like the metal community was so angry about anything that wasn't metal, and it was like any new band that came out, even they wouldn't give the music a chance. They would say, "Oh, well, that's not metal." Like Bullet for My Valentine,
they're not fucking metal.
Oh, look, he's there.
It's like all I think is, well, they're all technically subgenres of metal, so they still fit into the category either way.
I think it's irrelevant, even if you class yourself as a metalhead or whatever. Why can't you go and listen to Lady Gaga or something, or any other music you would like?
Well, it's like with me. I listen to, as I've said already, Coheed and Cambria. I've got a hymn tattoo, as probably noticed before. I listen to older Fall Out Boy. I don't like the newer stuff. I like fucking Paramore. I like Panic at the Disco. I do like Slayer. I like Slipknot.
Yeah.
I like all sorts of stuff. I listen to Japanese metal bands. Loads of different stuff, and then I do also listen to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but I listen to.
I actually like Taylor Swift.
I listen to most of the music in the charts. But obviously, again, as well as Slipknot and Metallica and Maiden and all the people like that, I love them. But at the same time, I listen to all modern chart music just because.
Have you heard?
It's quite catchy quite often. So.
Some of it is, yeah. There's
like Ginger Strider and the Chuckle Brothers. That's the best song ever released.
It's awful.
Best song ever released.
There's a guy. He's not exactly new, but he's sort of new as a big music performer called The Weeknd, and he's released a song called "I Can't Feel My Face." It sounds very Michael Jackson-y. I think I've mentioned it before, even on a video. I'm not sure though, but it's really poppy, really Michael Jackson-y, but it's a really fucking good song. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
That actually annoys me as well. Another thing that I hate about songs that are like that is, I've probably mentioned before, the fact that simple songs take 4 or 5 different writers to write them. It's like, come on, how can you not think of anything like that? You see all of these rock bands, alternative bands, whatever else, and they do end up writing their own songs. Fair enough, some pop singers and that do as well. I'm not saying that they don't. But that I Can't Feel My Face, it doesn't have many lyrics. It was written by 4 people. Fair enough, that'd also be including the music as well. But it's just the fact it was written by 4 people, 4 different people. It's one guy singing over a backing track. That's it. That's all it is. 4 people writing that song. It's like, what the fuck's the point?
Lazy money grabbing cunts. That's what they are.
But when you're a music elitist or an elitist in the gaming community by saying PC Master Race, you realise the only thing you're doing is making yourself sound like a Nazi. And that is basically it. PC Master Race, especially saying that, you just...
Yeah, the words Master Race have some uneasy connotations throughout the history.
You just sound like a Nazi. And it... Grow the fuck up. Just allow people to play what they play. Which actually leads me into another thing, which...
Out of GameCube.
I'd love a GameCube again. But which I witnessed today. Basically about the last South Park episode that was on. Someone had posted on a Facebook page, and it was on IGN's, about religion. There was nothing to do with religion in that South Park episode, by the way. It was completely different thing altogether. But they were basically just saying, why is South Park good for adults and not good for children? It's not good for anyone, you're basically sinning, blah, blah, blah. And they went on this little rant to these people, basically saying, well, we enjoy it, we have a sense of humour. And I actually calmly responded, because I've been in quite a good, happy mood today, instead of a nasty, hate-filled mood, which is quite rare, especially for when we're doing a video about hating things. But I just calmly responded to him, and I just said, like, well, some of us enjoy that type of humour, it's just our thing. It's not safe for kids though, because they have innocent minds. We don't want to expose them to certain things before they can sort of make their own minds up about more adult things. And he just replied saying, so basically you're admitting you're a sinner, you need the grace of God, blah blah blah.
We do.
But all I replied again in a calm way was saying, yeah, I am a sinner. I'm one hell of a sinner. I sin all the time. But he implied that I'm not, well, he actually outright said it, I'm not a good person purely because I sin. But he also said that he was not a good person because he sinned in the past. But he said we both need repentance. But the thing is, what is the fucking point in bringing a subject up like that in something completely unrelated? And also, why do you try forcing your religion upon others? I have no beef with religion.
No.
I have no problem with religion. I love the fact people can find a higher being to look up to and find inner spirituality.
Find purpose in a world that you know so often doesn't have any purpose for some people that live a daily grind of waking up, going to work or not, but
I love
coming home, eating, sleeping, doing it all over again on an ever more depressing cycle. And I fully respect people that impose some form of purpose on a life that does seem purposeless.
I love the fact that people can think or believe, or they would say no, there is a God.
But surely it's about belief.
That is brilliant though.
It's about belief, it's about faith, it's not about trying to hammer your ideas into someone else's skull.
Yeah, this is what annoys me, the religious nut jobs. I don't care what you believe in that sense, I care because you're happy with it. But it's like, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Mormon, if you're a Jew, I can't think of it.
Hindu, a Sikh,
a Buddhist. You believe in what you want to believe in, and that is brilliant. That is great.
Surely when people...
I'm happy with that. But don't try to come to me and say, you should believe in this.
Surely when people talk about religious enlightenment and religious awakenings, people don't mean someone hammering a nail into someone's forehead until they believe about what you're saying to them. That's not an awakening, that's forcing someone, that's pushing your message.
Yeah.
That's stamping on someone's testicles until they believe in whatever you want them to believe in. That's just shit.
Yeah, you don't want that unless it's some sort of weird fetish, which I have actually seen a video of before. It was on the website eFucked, which is basically, have you ever been on eFucked?
Yeah.
for those that don't know, eFucked is a very strange porn site, because it's not really porn.
You don't really watch it as porn.
But then, no, it's more of, it shows you the weird sides of porn. Not scary, well sometimes scary, but the weirder side of things. And one video that I actually saw on there not too long ago, Jen knows I go on this website by the way, it's not, I don't get my kicks from it, I just look on it because it's kind of intriguing in a confusing way.
It's kind of good to see all sides of humanity, really.
It is a weird website. I think a lot of the time it's funny as well. There was one video that I watched of an anime where it was about this girl that had like, it wasn't really demon boobs and vagina, but she could use them to kill these people while having sex with them, and it was just a weird thing. But the video that I was just on about, the fetish one, was a guy with his, I don't know how I think he was like laid down with his like waist and that up, and basically he had his penis and balls through a hole in the table above him, and it had a girl in high heels stamping on him.
Jesus.
The worst part though was when she put the actual heel down his shaft.
Like sound and what it was called.
I have no idea what it's called, but yeah, down the shaft, and the amount of blood.
Oh my god.
It was horrible. It made me fucking cringe. I don't even know why I watched it. But people have weird fetishes. But again, going back to the whole religious thing, it's like if you believe in that, that's what you want to do. If you think that's great, then that's good for you. Don't make me do that.
No.
That goes with having my balls stamped on and something going down my shaft. And also, that goes with, don't put your religion in my head.
Oh, Sheree Shaft.
Because I don't want to be what...
Shafted.
I don't want to be what someone else is forcing me to be. I want to be myself. I want to be happy. If you're happy being whatever religion you are, you be happy with that religion. If I want to be happy being an atheist, a Satanist, a Christian, whatever else, I'll be them. But let me choose myself.
Yeah.
And just one more thing that annoys me as well, before we do end up going, unless you've got something else that you hate.
Honestly, I hate people that find anime women attractive.
And game women attractive.
Yeah. But we're not going to rant about that. When you mentioned anime, that came to my head.
I just think that's a ridiculous thing.
I think it's
I can
ridiculous.
understand. It's like with playing Metal Gear Solid. You look at Quiet, and you think, if she was real, she could be an attractive woman. I know that people have actually fancied her before, based on comments I've seen on Facebook.
Yeah, but I know people that when they watch an anime only say, oh, well, there's a lot of tits in this one.
Yeah, I can't stand anime like that, to be honest. Based around boobs, I just don't get it.
I don't want to see cartoon. If I want to look at boobs, I'd go on the various other things that are on the internet.
Actual boobs.
Or I'll go and see my partner. That could be the alternative. But if you want to see boobs, I don't want to see cartoon boobs.
No,
but again, if that's what you're into.
But yeah, like with Metal Gear Solid, Quiet, I've seen what the actual actress looks like, and she is a pretty woman. But when I look at Quiet in the game, she's just a computer game character. I don't find her attractive. I don't want to constantly be zooming in on her boobs or anything like that. It's fucking CGI. Like, it's just computer generated.
Pretend tits.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
But yeah, the other what is there anything else you want to say that you hate? Right, okay. We probably have a lot more if we actually thought about it. So you never know. We might end up doing another video where we've had more thought about what we hate.
Well, like a movie franchise, I said it was going to be a trilogy. Then when they thought they could cash in, might do an extra one or two, and then it might go like Halloween, and we might do
another few sequels,
another 8 or something.
But the one thing that I actually hate though is also intolerance for gay people, for trans people, anything that fits into that type of category it's again the same with the whole religion thing. You believe what you want to believe, and let other people be themselves. Let them be who they want to be. It doesn't affect you.
No.
You don't need to condemn them for what they want to do, for what they want to be.
No, I think the fact is simple. I think that people are allowed to, love and have sex with whoever the hell they want, as long as it's legal. And behind closed doors. I don't want to see people shagging in the street, whether it's man and a woman, two men, two women, a man and his dog. I don't want to see people doing that in the street. But it's always, between two consenting adults behind closed doors, or on the internet and filmed. I don't care who it is.
If I saw a couple of guys in the street kissing, it wouldn't fucking bother me, because I'd just be thinking, bless them.
I kind of think
they're in a nice little happy
I
relationship.
kind of feel a bit odd when I see anyone kissing them.
That's just because Mike's just...
Not odd, like when people are really getting into it in public. I don't like that.
Oh, when they fair enough, when any couple does that, when they really get into it.
I saw
when they're actually full on snogging the faces.
I was at a bus stop and...
Like, practically, literally eating the faces off.
I was at a bus stop and two big bearded men were doing it. And I was like, I don't mind the fact that it's two men, but the fact that you really are doing that much in the street is a bit too much.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind if people are kissing, but that would be the same if it was two girls, if it was a guy and a girl.
Yeah, just not needed in a public place,
Yeah, that's fair enough, I understand that. It's just the whole thing about when people suddenly start, like with Caitlyn Jenner, and people are saying stuff like, oh yeah, it's fucking Bruce and whatever else, he's not a fucking hero, he's a freak and blah blah blah. It's like, no, fair enough, he was Bruce, and sometimes I do still say Bruce, but only when I'm talking about when Caitlyn was Bruce. I've actually mentioned this before, but I think Caitlyn Jenner is sort of a hero to the people that are trans, that want to be something that they weren't born as, but have felt the full life that they were the opposite sex to what they were born as. I do think she is a hero in that sense. Fair enough, she's not a hero, like she's not going out saving the world or anything like that, but
she's a role model. I don't like her.
She's giving hope to those people who know who they want to be and who they really are.
To be fair, I thought she was a cunt when she was Bruce.
That's fair enough.
So I still think she's a cunt.
I used to love Bruce. I love Caitlyn now. I honestly thought Bruce was a brilliant guy. Caitlyn is now a brilliant woman.
No, the fact that someone, decides to become the opposite sex, it's completely irrelevant to me. It's kind of like it kind of goes the way with reverse discrimination as well. Like in one of the new Star Wars novels, there was a gay character in a lesbian woman in that, and loads of people in the reviews made a big thing, even though she was a secondary character. I think there's two now. Even though she was a secondary character, loads of people made a big thing. But the thing I really liked in the novel was how it was only mentioned in passing. It was mentioned as if it was normal, and she was a big.
And it is normal.
It is normal, and that's what I like. I don't like it when people.
If you're attracted to the same sex, you're attracted to the same sex. It's not a choice.
When people say, I'm well in favour of them gays, and
I'm well in favour of them gays.
Then sensationalise it. It's normal.
Yeah, it's just
the same way.
Thing.
Somebody was with a man.
We might even lose viewers from this. If someone watches this and disagrees,
if anyone from the Westboro Baptist Church watches us, they're going to be pissed off about.
Yeah, but fuck you.
No, we don't want you watching.
Yeah, we don't want you watching. We don't need your kind. I might sound hypocritical when I say about let them be who they want to be, leave them alone, blah blah. It don't affect you, because I'm ranting about people who are religious forcing it onto me. But the thing is, there's a difference. Those people are actually trying to force it onto me. Trans people, gay people, lesbians, everything else, whatever you can fit into that community, they're not forcing anything upon me. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean physically or literally. But yeah, they're not forcing anything on me. They're just being who they want to be. Mike's loving this. After this video, Mike will be forcing something onto me.
I don't like it when people find out someone's gay and, you know, are a bit like, they'll go in my ass or something.
Like real weirded out by it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say that if it was a woman. If a woman was sat next to you who's also attracted to your sex, every time you see a woman, you're not like, I'm like, sit on my face, non-consensually, and then just go.
He's a weird.
You don't say that, do you?
No, you don't. But yeah, so basically, the whole moral of this story is let people be who they want to be. Don't force things onto people.
Especially not shoes down penises.
It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.